Now, if you win a talent contest aged 11 in the US with a song called I Want to Be a Cowboy's Sweetheart, well, country music is in your DNA and clearly in your future. Ashley Monroe is that former 11-year-old, and furthermore, she won the contest in a place called Pigeon Forge. Now, don't laugh. Look at our country place names. We've got Chipping Sodbury. Come to that, we've got Old Sodbury. Sounds like his dad. Anyway, that is back in the day. Now, Ashley Monroe is obviously huge. 3 years ago, her terrific second album, Like a Rose, wowed the critics. And the new one, The Blade, has done likewise. It's pure country. It's lost love and failed dreams and harsh discoveries. Any laughs along the way, Ashley?
Yeah, you got to laugh at it, don't you?
What is it, do you think, that's at that core of country, that naked emotion, which I think if you think of any country song, even if it's only in the chorus or part of one verse, there's always that moment of nakedness, isn't there?
There
Emotional
is.
nakedness.
You know, I was drawn to that feeling in country music. You know, being from East Tennessee, it is in my blood. It really is.
Yeah.
But that lonesome feeling is what I would call it, and that's how I would know it was a great country song. And my first tape was Patsy Cline. I got it in my stocking, and I would just listen over and over, and you could hear, her cry and her voice, and and these songs, a lot of country songs, tell stories, and I think that everybody can relate to them. The true country songs.
I can imagine how, as an artist, a creator, a performer, how when you start out, you can access that emotion, that pain, and all the rest of it, that ambition that drives you forward. But once you've kind of made it, I mean, you look really glossy, and well, you do. You look fantastic.
Well, thanks.
You do, and as I say, you're huge now. Is it more difficult to kind of access the pain?
Not for me. For me, I was always kind of lonesome, even when I didn't have a reason to be. But then when I lost my dad to cancer when I was 13.
Right.
And then that pain was just right there. And honestly, it's always right there, just underneath my skin. But if it hadn't been for music, I don't know what I would have done. But it's been great therapy for me. And even now, when I'm feeling sad, I pick up my guitar and I can tap in pretty quickly to that heavier emotion, and I can let it out through music.
What did your father die of?
He passed with pancreatic cancer in the liver. He was 40 years old. So it also taught me a lot when that happened about survival and about living life, to the fullest, because you never know.
I lost my father very young as well, actually. I wasn't quite as young as you. I was 21 when it happened. He was 49.
Oh, wow.
It does give you, it's funny, if you've lost a parent young, when they're young, it does give you a different perspective on the whole business of living, doesn't it?
It really does. I really think that, I was lucky enough to have, wonderful parents. My mom and dad were madly in love, and I got to see that. I got to see, parents who love each other, and but I also saw how hard that is when the other one goes away, and I saw a lot early on, but I really think that's where, a lot of the songs I write come from.
Very interesting. Well, look, you're going to sing us a song now that we love on Radio 2, and I'd like you just to explain it to us, what the song is. And then we got a surprise for you, but I'll reveal that when you've sung. So just tell us about the one you're going to do now.
Okay. Well, the one song I've written that's a little up-tempo positive number, I wrote this right before the Blade came out, and I was thinking, what we do go through things in life, and I feel like all of those things, like now that I'm almost 30, I look back and go, wow, I would have never thought that bad thing needed to happen and that bad thing needed to happen to be here, and it does. When you look back, you can kind of see your story unfold. So it's kind of about that, and just saying, if you keep on going, I truly believe if we just keep going and just keep getting up, even if it's just crawling for a little bit, that we will be on to what we're supposed to be.
That's a good philosophy to keep going. All right, well, you say you're nearly 30, you don't look anything like it, but anyway.
I love your compliments so much. Okay, here it goes. Wheels are gonna rust if they don't turn enough. So the story goes, hell, I've been one of those, worn and faded by the rain. And days are gonna fly, draw lines around your eyes. It'll make you bitter, or it'll make you wise. It's coming either way. Lost or found, I'm there dancing when I don't look down. Hard times show up, but they don't hang around. I feel like I'm on to something good. I'm better moving on than going. a track. I feel like I'm on to something, something, something. I can't tell you how, where I'm heading now, but the winding of the road is steady and my soul feels like I'm coming home. Oh yeah, it's in the wind that's blowing, it's in the red wine. Life's got a way of showing when it's the right time. Lost or found, I'm better dancing when I don't look down. Hard times show up, but they don't hang around now. I feel like I'm on to something good. I'm better moving on than going back. I'll ride this train till it runs out of track. I feel like I'm on to something, something, something. Ooh, something, something. Ooh, something, something. Lost or found, I'm better dancing when I don't look down. Hard times show up, but they don't hang around now. I feel like I'm on to something good. I'm better moving on than going back. I'll ride this train till it runs out of track. I feel like I'm on to something. Oh, I feel like I'm on something good. Something good.
I've only got 4 words to say to you now, Ashley, and that is, I love my job.
Oh, well.
It's just so great to sit in this little studio and watch and listen to you sing like that. That was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
And now the surprise I was talking about. Have you heard of this? You probably haven't actually. What's she called? Miranda Lambert.
I've never heard of
Never.
her.
No.
She sounds
Well,
cool.
well, she's here anyway, and she wants to come in and say hi. Miranda Lambert, of course. Hello, Miranda. Thank you so much for coming in. Hiya. You two are old buddies, aren't you? You go.
Yeah.
How far do you go back?
I think we met when she was 17 and I was 19 or 20.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, long time.
And you were in a band together, weren't you?
We are still. Yeah.
And we are still.
Oh, you mean it's not
active.
officially been disbanded? It's still
Oh,
going.
no.
Oh, no. Pistol Annie's is still rocking. Everybody had their own solo records in life, and we promise ourselves that Pistol Annie will always be fun, you know?
Uh-huh.
So whenever we, can take a break from our own solo stuff, we call it slumber parties. We just get together and ride again.
I'm going to pick you up on the pronunciation of that because I didn't quite catch it. It's Pistol
Annie's.
Annie's. Okay, and don't you both have nicknames within the band?
We do.
What are they?
She's Hippie Annie, which...
Probably 60s Annie. We'll
Yeah,
have to switch
she's
it up, I
Hippie
think.
Annie, and I'm Lone Star Annie, and Angelina is Holler Annie, because she's from Kentucky.
Okay, let's talk about you a little bit. Seeing as you've come in, thanks so much for dropping in here. And it must be great for you to see her like this.
I love her.
Yeah,
Every
it's,
time.
it's
We
fantastic.
basically decided we're not doing anything separate anymore.
Very
We're just all together.
Well, you are going to have to do something in a minute because I'm going to ask you to perform. I don't know what you're going to do because you've had virtually no time to think about it, but we're going to go for it. You've been named, I think this is incredible, Female Singer of the Year for the 6th consecutive time at the 2015 Country Music Academy Awards. It's amazing. 6 times in a row.
Crazy.
It is, isn't it?
When you say it like that, it sounds really big. You're like, ooh, okay. You should just come. Maybe I'll just record you, so when I feel bad about myself, I'll just play that back to myself.
Yeah, if you feel any self-doubt, just hear
Exactly.
that.
Where do you think it comes from in you, this almost instinctive embrace of the whole country thing?
I guess just my dad is a singer-songwriter, and I grew up in Texas, and I guess I don't have any other. There's nothing else I could be doing. This is it for me.
It's your DNA.
It is.
Yeah.
It's I'm made up of it. It comes out of my pores, and there wasn't really a choice to do anything else. This was this
Yeah.
was sort of the only thing I wanted to do.
And you say you come from Texas. I was in Texas a few years ago. I was in Amarillo, actually.
Oh, wow.
And we were in a bit of a dive, to be honest with you. It was a bit of a cheap hotel. We couldn't afford much. I was working, I was filming. And there was a country night in this bar. And this kind of very scruffy band came in. And we thought, oh, this is going to be awful. This is going to be really... They were so hot. And they were just like every bar you went into in Amarillo, there was a great country band playing.
Yeah.
I mean, the level of musicianship was extraordinary for such a little town.
It is. Texas kind of has its own, they call it red dirt, kind of has its own scene, but that's a great place to grow up if you want to do this for a living, just there was always a venue, to play somewhere that somebody wanted to hear live music.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what are you going to play? Have you decided?
I guess
Well-
we're going to do Old Faithful. We do this one. We wrote this with our friend Travis Howard. We started it when we were in Pigeon Forge. I took her to Dollywood.
She did. Ashley has lifetime passes to Dollywood, which is amazing.
Made it.
Okay. So this was written about 12 years ago, you say?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. It was a #1, so we got to celebrate that together, and we always do it together when we are together, which is most of the time.
Yeah.
So it may sound like we've never done it before,
Yeah.
but we have.
Oh, yeah.
Sure it won't.
We're a
Over
little
to you.
discombobulated. Okay, here we go. It's Heart Like Mine. Well, I ain't the kind you take home to mama. I ain't the kind to wear no ring. Somehow I always get stronger when I'm on my second drink.
Even though I hate to admit it, well, sometimes I smoke cigarettes. Christian folks say I should quit it. I just smile and say God bless. I heard Jesus, he drank wine, and I bet we get along just fine. He can calm a storm and heal the blind, and I bet he'd understand a heart like mine. Daddy cried when he saw my tattoos, said he loved me anyway.
My brother got the brains of the family, so I thought I'd learn to sing. And I heard Jesus, he drank wine, and I bet we get along just fine. He can calm the storm, heal the blind, and I bet he'd understand a heart like mine. Oh, and I'll fly away from it all one day. Yeah, I'll fly away.
These are the days that I will remember when my name's called on the road. He'll meet me with 2 long stem glasses and make a toast to me coming home. I heard Jesus, he drank wine, and I bet we get along just fine. He can calm the storm and heal the blind, and I bet he'd understand.
Oh, he'd understand a heart like mine. Oh, I know he would.
I'll fly away your glory.
I was trying to picture you as you were teenagers writing that together. Did you write it in your bedroom or in the kitchen or what?
We're on the porch of a cabin in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
That is so
did.
country.
Yeah.
That is
I know.
such a country
Really?
answer.
We had like a glass of wine and some sort of like a coffee cup or something.
Yeah.
You mean you were drinking underage? I
No,
think
no,
we've
no.
nailed
It's
you on that.
alcohol-free wine.
Of course
silly.
it was, yes,
We
yes,
were
yes.
silly.
It was just grape juice. Come on.
We just were pretending to be adults.
Well, listen, it's great to have you both here. Thanks so much for doing that number together. So impromptu as well, and it sounded fantastic.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, have a great day.
You too.